fresh selling was seen in the Japanese yen before the month closes. The Japanese cabinet approved an 880 billion yen stimulus package today, more than double of an earlier package announced back in October. The package includes 132 billion for nursing homes, 110 billion for jobs and 95 billion for small business financing. Also, it will cover relief work and projects following the natural disaster in 2011. The cabinet expected the package to raise Japan's GDP by over 0.2% and create around 80,000 jobs. Reserve funds would be used to fund the stimulus instead of issuing new debts. But the main driving force behind the yen's weakness is still expectation on the Bank of Japan easing. According to the Nikkei newspaper's report, the opposition Liberal Democratic Party had an approval rating of 23%, much stronger than ruling Democratic Party of Japan's 13%, and that affirmed the opposition's leader Shinzo Abe's chance of becoming the next prime minister after the December 16 election. Abe reiterated yesterday his call for the Bank of Japan to inject unlimited cash until inflation reaches 2%. In Japan, data released suggested the world's third-largest economy remained in trouble. Core inflation was flat year-on-year in October, up from -0.1% in the prior month. However, Tokyo's core CPI for November contracted 0.5% year-on-year, suggesting deflation continued to be a problem. The unemployment rate stayed at 4.2% in October. Household spending contracted 0.1%, following a 0.9% drop in the prior month, while industrial production gained 1.8% month-on-month in October, compared with consensus of -1.8% and -4.1% in September. In the U.S., it's unlikely that the government will hammer out a plan before Christmas to avoid the fiscal cliff problem. House of Representatives Speaker John Boehner replaced his optimistic tone with disappointment at the lack of progress made in fiscal cliff talks with Treasury Secretary Geithner. According to Boehner, based on where we stand today, I would say two things. First, despite the claims that the president supports a balanced approach, the Democrats have yet to get serious about real spending cuts, and secondly, no substantive progress has been made in the talks between the White House and the House over the last 2 weeks. On the other hand, Senate Majority Leader Harry Reid said he was still waiting for a serious offer from the Republicans, while House Minority Leader Nancy Pelosi criticized that Boehner's comments were political tactics, as she defended the Democrats had voted for a spending cut and knew that it's necessary. In Europe, Germany's Bundestag lower house is expected to approve the fresh bailout for Greece today. Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble said that, "We are trying to keep the costs and risks of aid to Greece as small as possible. We are just following the old rule of step by step." Meanwhile, Bundesbank chief Jens Weidmann warned that, if Greece does not implement the agreed reforms and does not manage to put its budget on a solid footing, the effect of the new aid measures will evaporate. Looking ahead, the Swiss KOF leading indicator and Eurozone CPI and unemployment will be the main features in the European session. From the